Today, May 19th, something pretty bad has happened on Roblox. They made it so that if you want to publish a game, you have to have a Roblox Plus subscription, 2FA, account be in good standing, and ID verified, or just selfie verified. There might be something else in there, but I'm not sure. And as a developer and YouTuber and on Roblox, and with 4 years of experience or so, I'm here to share my thoughts on what I believe may kill Roblox, but also could be a good thing. I've been seeing a lot of negative attention on this, and there is actually some good that can come out of it. I apologize because I don't really have a script, and I'm very rushed right now because it's finals and stuff, so this video might be a little sloppy, but I have not uploaded in ages and so much crazy stuff has happened lately. Stuff that I missed. So there has been a lot that I've missed. Like when that person made up the story of their friend dying of epilepsy from playing a Forsaken fan game. What else could you expect from that, freaking mentally ill fandom? But that happened ages ago, so I can't really talk about it. Also, there's been a lot lately with AI verification and chats and lawsuits. So there's also been news that apparently Roblox is legally required to do some of this. Like Nevada, they had a lawsuit and they settled it. So that's pretty fun because now we're getting a bunch of old boomers making laws about social media and stuff. You've never seen that in your life, haven't you? Yo, these crows are actually pissing me off. There's so many of them, but I can't close my window because it's 90 degrees. So let's begin with why I think this update is bad. I'm pretty sure you've heard a lot of this before. So Roblox, it's like the YouTube of games, kind of. You have Steam and stuff, they're the big guys. But Roblox, you just upload, and you can do anything. You can go from masterpieces to just straight up that. So while I've heard the argument that yeah, most platforms do require you to pay to publish on them, this is just, I don't think it would work well for this. It's supposed to be accessible and powering imagination. Steam, they aren't about powering imagination, but they do what they do. So I think this is all just pretty ridiculous. And Roblox, much like Scratch of all places, built off of what kids make and what they publish. What kind of kid is gonna go through all this to do basically a job almost? It feels like this is just super corporate. But there are a few reasons why this is actually good. So why this update is good? Roblox has a massive condo problem. And they've done a notoriously bad job of keeping it in check. But if they make all developers submit their IDs, it'll be much easier to not only find out who these people are and take their stuff down and also track what they make. And also, with good standing and stuff, they couldn't do it again. You could, figure out where they are, who they are, and sue them, because that's apparently what they're gonna do to people who make condos now. And also, by making people pay, it's just gonna discourage a lot of them in the first place from existing, so this is all, really good in terms of keeping bad stuff off of the platform. The trouble is, this could also impede on, those and also other harmless stuff that just doesn't that shouldn't have to have Roblox Plus subscription, all this ID stuff. It's just there to exist, like how it was before, or how YouTube is or Scratch is. There's no quality checks. Now there is, and that's what I think really hurts this the most. This may take down a lot of slops too, which could be good. Keyword could be, because even without condos and without the low tier slop, everything left over will still be corporate. There will be a lot filtered out. There will be way less passion projects, especially ones that don't make any money, which, I mean, it could be helped because apparently you can make Robux off of not having any game passes. But this all just feels like a step in the wrong direction. I'm sure they aren't that stupid over at Roblox, and they definitely did make sure this did have a lot of good in it. But I still just can't help but realize how bad some of this is for, like, creativity. It just feels like it's the end of an era now. And I'm, like, a really lucky dude, honestly. I don't have a job. I'm too young. But I don't spend my money on anything, so I have, like, $100 lying around that I could just spend on, like, the $5 Roblox Plus subscription every month, and I'm good to go. What about people who don't have that? What about people that are, like, living in shoeboxes, trying to make ends meet, and Roblox is, like, their way of living, being a developer? Well, now they're out of luck, so screw them. So as I was, like, recording this, I've heard that they might be bringing the chat back. I don't know. I saw this thing. Don't get too excited over it. I'm taking it with a big pinch of salt. But maybe this is something I just missed, because I've been pretty busy lately. I've missed a lot. But this update, I think it still trumps in terms of just how bad it is over what's happening with chat. It just feels like this won't ever come back. Like, we're gonna have to look to another platform, maybe Polytoria, to ever get this feeling of, like, creative freedom again. It's the end of an era on Roblox. But hope is not lost. We can still fight back. Not against Roblox, however, because they're not actually doing most of this willingly. It's the lawmakers, the boomers, they're out of touch. We can still get somewhere by protests or writing to representatives. Actually, a single note won't do much, but honestly, like, a whole lot of people doing it, it will. I just want all of us to know that hope is not lost. But in the event that it is, there's always Politoria. And there's also always, just being a straight up outlaw, you know? Because, like, there's one thing about out of touch boomers, it's that they aren't good at enforcing what happens online. So, when freedom is outlawed, only the outlaws are free. Peace.